Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with the new Huda Beauty. She came up with a skin tint. As soon as I saw this, I knew I wanted it. You guys know I love complexion products. It's early in the morning, so my voice sounds like I'm still sleeping. All right, so it's called the GloWish Multidew Vegan Skin Tint Foundation. So that kind of confused me, skin tint foundation. So I'm assuming it has more coverage than a regular skin tint. All right. Let's give some quick details about it, and then I'm going to go into the shade I picked, why I picked it, and then we're going to do my demo. All right, so there's a total of 13 shades. It retails for $37. I got mine from Sephora. I ordered on the day of launch, but Sephora did not want me to be great. I had so many problems with the shipping. This is why I'm doing my review so late. Anyway, and I'm Rouge and I paid for flash shipping. Anyway. So it's a fragrance-free, light coverage skin tint foundation that instantly brightens with near neutral undertones and leaves skin with a dewy finish, so the coverage is light. It has plant-derived squalane, hydrates the skin, and is a natural antioxidant. It has rose oil, soothes, and that soothes and clarifies and has a Soothes, clarifies, and locks in moisture. Has red bell pepper extract. I noticed that red bell pepper extract kept coming up a lot in her stories, which protects the skin against the effects of digital pollution. In other words, blue light. But this does not contain SPF. I think she said she doesn't believe in putting SPF in her foundations. I'm not sure if I'm correct. All right. So it's 92% naturally derived. I've never seen that number before. 92% naturally derived, vegans, fragrance-free, waterproof, sweat-proof, to give you second skin vibes. It blends seamlessly and comes in a fuss-free pump, making it perfect to use every day. All right, so like I said, it comes in 13 shades. When I was looking at the undertones, obviously I went to the deeper section. All the undertones were listing red, except for, I think, shade 9. But then shade 9 said it had olive undertones, and you guys know how I feel about olive. There's no way I'm putting olive on my skin. It looks light, and sometimes it looks green. Then shade 10 looks very red. So I picked shade 11, which is described as rich skin tones with, no, where am I? Yeah, shade 11 is described as deep skin tones with red undertones. Then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna let them shade match me. They shade matched. I used the shade finder and it came up as 11 as well. Now, what I would say is, this is not a red undertone. I swatched it, and I'll swatch it for you guys. I'm not sure why it's listed as red. And I also had a friend to go in store, and when she swatched a few of them, it was not red. And shade 10 that I was so afraid of, the deep tan that was described as red neutral undertones, I heard there's no red in that either. So I'm not sure why it's being advertised as red undertones. I don't know if whoever put the description on Sephora got it wrong, but there's nothing like red about it. Apparently shade 10 is actually sort of light. So if you've been looking at this and you're scared, if you prefer a more golden undertone like myself, and you see red and you're afraid, it's not gold. It's not red. Anyway, it came in this box, and this is what it looks like. And it has, when I saw this, because I thought the color would just show through, it looked gray, and I was like, what kind of color is this? But this is just the color of the tube. The foundation does not look like this. And let me see if it has the standard 30 mils. Okay, it actually has 40 mils. All right. So like she says, it comes in a fuss-free pump. Like I said, I swatched it before with a little shake anyway. So I'm going to swatch it for you guys. And as for reference, if you're here for the first time, as a general reference, I'm NC50 and MAC. To me, this swatches as a nice golden neutral, like a warm golden neutral undertone to me. I don't see any red really in it, so I'm not sure why it was described as red. This is it swatched on my hand. See, this is a beautiful, to me, I love the undertone. I'm so happy I got it. It's a nice, warm, golden neutral undertone in my opinion. So why did I swatch it this way? I'm breaking my hand trying to show you guys. So if you saw red and you were afraid, don't be, because this is, I don't know where she came up with red. And in her other foundations, my best shade is Mocha, because her golden shades tend to pull olive on me at least. All right, so let's go ahead. So I'm gonna use my beauty blender. I was thinking of a brush, but then it says Skin Tint Foundation, so I figured I'm gonna use my beauty blender. So I'm just gonna squeeze, I'm gonna put 2.5 pumps on the back of my hand, and I'm going to just rub it in, then I'm gonna go in with the beauty blender. Oh, this feels really nice. So this is what it's, see, it's like a nice warm golden. Oh. So you can definitely put this on with your fingers. I personally just don't like putting any type of foundation or stuff like that on with my fingers. So I'm gonna go in and just lightly tap the beauty blender on it, but super warm. But to me, it doesn't look too red, at least not in my mirror. What I'm seeing is very warm golden undertone. All right, so let's do the other side. And I think I was, oh, I already used up that 2.5 pumps. All right, I had a little hard time there getting the rest out. All right, so I'm doing the same thing again, using this one little finger. I don't want to use my whole hands. I feel like my hands get so messy when I use my hands. All right, and we're gonna blend it out. And right now, looking at it on my skin, it's super pretty. I like this color. I think it warms me up nicely, especially now for the summertime. Oh, and it's super glowy. I'm gonna do a wear test today. It's not gonna be like a very, very long wear test. I'm gonna try to get at least 6 hours in. But I'm curious to see if this is gonna be like super oily, because right now it is looking, your girl looked like a shiny penny. And this is a very rich color. Super, super rich color. All right, so this is what this color is looking like blended out. And I must say though, now that it's blended out, it's starting to look, still don't think it looks red, but definitely looks darker than it looked on my hand. I don't think it oxidized right away. I think this is it blended out, but I still like the color, especially compared to the other colors that I saw. All right, so I'm not gonna do my full face on camera, but I'm definitely gonna go in with concealer. Now, like I had said before, and anytime I wear like a tinted moisturizer, I'm not doing it for the no makeup look. So I'm gonna go in with full on concealer. If I can find it, I'm gonna go in with full on concealer because that's how I would wear it. Any type of tinted moisturizer. All right, so for concealer, I'm gonna use my Fenty Pro Filter Concealer in 380. I was gonna use 390, but now that it's looking kind of really rich, this is a little lighter. So I'm gonna put the concealer on so we can see how it looks. And like I said, I'm going in with full on concealer. So don't come for me in the comments that, oh, you're wearing too much concealer, because I will wear full on concealer even with a tinted moisturizer. All right, but this definitely has a lot more coverage than the regular tinted moisturizer. And okay, so this is what it's looking like with the concealer. This is very, very pretty, guys. Very dewy, but I'm gonna powder and do all that stuff off camera. So we'll see how it looks with powder and stuff like that. All right, so let's check the time because I like to check the time when I initially put it on, even without the rest of my makeup. It's super early in the morning. So it's 6:03 a.m. 6:03 a.m. And I snuck in this room to film, but my son is up. I hear him. So if you hear any type of noise, like a ah-ah sound, it's him. And again, if you're here for the first time, I have a son with special needs. He's 15, but you know, it's a 15-year-old baby. And he doesn't understand that I'm filming, so he's going to make his noise. If you hear it, you know, just try to ignore it. I'm going to try as much as possible to edit it out. So this is what everything is looking like at 6:03. It's just the best adjective I can use. It's pretty. What a pretty finish, right? Look at that. And I think the concealer was perfect. This is a nice, warm, nice color for the summer. All right, let me go finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll be back with more thoughts. But right now, I like it. I like the way it's sitting on my skin. I think it's really pretty. All right, guys, so I'm back with the rest of my face done. It is now 6:26 a.m. 6:26 a.m. And this is what everything is looking like. I set it with my Fenty powder in hazelnut. I set my under eyes with my Fenty powder in honey. This is super pretty, so light, and this is like a lightweight foundation to me. I've had foundations that didn't even have this coverage. Super pretty. Loving the color now more. I really like this warm, rich color on my skin tone. And so if you were considering shade 11, if you were planning on purchasing, you haven't purchased yet, go right ahead. I think it looks super pretty. And Paradise Venus, that's all I gotta say. If you don't own this blush from Pat McGrath, go look at my video and pick it up. It'll change your life. I'm kidding, but yeah, Paradise Venus. Anyway, I digress. So this is how the foundation looks. Skin tint / foundation. This is pretty, guys. This is really pretty. I'm curious to see how it wears. I'm gonna try to do at least 6 hours today because I have a long day doing my shifts. So yeah. It's cute. This is pretty. I think my skin looks so nice. It has the perfect amount of coverage without being too heavy, without being too light. I don't have, you know, the hyperpigmentation around my mouth anymore, but I think it would cover like light hyperpigmentation, and then you can just spot conceal if you don't want to do the whole concealer shebang like me. Anyway, so I'm gonna go about my day and then I'll come back later for my final thoughts. We'll see how it wears. And when I do a review, I don't powder, I don't do anything. However it wears, I'm gonna come back in that state. All right, I'll see you guys. All right, guys, I am back for my final check-in. It's now 1:14 p.m. So I put it on around 6:03 this morning. So it's about 7 hours since I've had it on. So I think, you know, I can make, you know, I know how I feel about it, how it looks. So this is how it looks. It wore beautifully. I honestly thought it would have gotten dewier or more radiant. And for reference, I have normal to dry skin. I got a little shiny, I would say like right in here and a little on my nose, but I am wearing highlighter on my nose. I got a little shiny in the center and a little bit on my brow and somewhat on my chin, but it looks very natural and very lifelike. It's not like a nasty oil. This is very pretty and it takes beautiful selfies. For me personally, it doesn't look as pretty as when I initially put it on with that nice dew or whatever. And I was kind of surprised. I thought it would get more radiant as the day go on. I would not have minded that because like I said, I have normal to dry skin. But it looks very pretty on the skin. I think for this, for me, I do like it. I will wear it again. It's super pretty. But this doesn't have, you know, she said it's like a second skin. To me, this does not have the second skin feel. I feel that way about my Nars Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, my e.l.f. Camo Skin Tint. I feel that way about those. This one to me looks like a full-on foundation. But I mean, foundation is in the name. So if you're looking for that skin-like natural looking finish, to me this is not it. I don't think this looks very natural and second skin. You can see that you're wearing something and you're wearing foundation. This coverage is supposed to be light. For me, I think you can get a medium coverage. I think I got a medium coverage, but it sits very, very beautifully on the skin. So my thing is, if you're looking for that second skin, like the skin-like and the skin tint sort of look, I don't think this is it. I think the Fenty looks more skin-like than this, but this is very pretty. And the shade 11, I love the undertone. So if you see red in there, it's not red. It's a beautiful golden warm neutral shade to me. And I think it worked beautifully with my concealer. Now, if you're not like a concealer person, you just want to put this on without concealer and powder, maybe you will get that kind of skin like, but I think it has a lot of coverage as well. So if you just want to put it on a spot conceal, I don't know, I didn't look at reviews, but for me it's not it's not a second skin on me, because anything I wear, whether tinted moisturizer or not, I wear powder. I wear powder with my e.l.f. and I wear powder with my Nars, and it looks more skin like. This is a little heavier, but as you can see, it's super pretty. It's super pretty, but for me, this is like a foundation, a very like velvety looking soft matte foundation. At least that's how it looks on my skin tone. Feels very breathable, feels very light. Like I said, it wore flawlessly, no creasing or anything. And you know, I actually ordered the bronzer. Sephora just completely messed up my order, said it shipped, wasn't shipped. Now nobody knows where it is, so I ended up canceling it, and I'm like, just forget it. I have enough bronzers as it is. So I'm wearing my Gucci bronzer with it, my Gucci bronzer in shade 5, and I think that complemented it as well, gave it a nice like bronzy look. So I think the color is super rich and super pretty. So if you're my skin tone and you want to try this, I would definitely suggest shade 11. The way they, I don't know who wrote that on Sephora, it's not red, in my opinion, as you guys can see. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful, warm, golden, neutral undertone. Yeah, so overall, my opinion is this is super pretty. But if you're looking for that natural skin-like tint, I don't think this is it. I think this is like a foundation. I think I have my Tom Ford Traces foundation. It looks more like a tint than this, but it's super pretty. Takes amazing selfies. It looks beautiful in pictures. Wore beautifully for 7 hours. So it's really pretty, guys. It's super pretty. It's just more on the foundation side for me. So that second skin, in my opinion, no. But I definitely recommend it. Super pretty. And gives you like a full coverage. All right, guys. I hope you, and yeah. So I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's pretty. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.